Well, smack my ass and shave my balls. It's the best damn podcast from Chippewa Falls.
Just say good morning, all you Hick guys and gals.
Welcome to Tales from the Hicks. What is going on outside?
It is 35 degrees, and there is a slight breeze at 6 mphs from the southwest. There's a chance of
That's our
snow in the next few days.
jet stream. It's the result from our jet stream when we
Yeah.
come back.
2 to 4 inches, I saw.
Yeah, yeah.
Today?
Between
Tomorrow,
tonight and-
yeah, start late tonight until through tomorrow. But if it was like their estimate yesterday, it will be a dusting again.
Yeah.
Glad I brought my work laptop home,
Yeah.
just in case I don't make it in tomorrow.
Right?
Well, I know this much. If you had to have a truck to get to work, you would be working at home.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Just making fun.
The rental vehicle that we had out in Laughlin,
Yeah. I see.
the lady.
Well, I'm Jason.
I'm Chad.
BDC in the house. This is Ben.
I am Nate.
Okay.
I
And then
missed
your
that part.
rental vehicle. I seen that. That was a
yeah.
nice truck.
So she says, all I heard really was like free upgrade, and I'm like, free upgrade? Hell yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was a full-size 4-door truck.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to pay all that gas money while you're driving
Right.
around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You're on vacation.
Yeah.
fuck it. So it was a big 4-door truck. Well, there's a reason why I wanted just an SUV, compact SUV.
Well, you got room for activities.
Well, I thought, I don't know. But I was having a hell of a time driving that thing because
Why didn't you drive?
It was his show. He drove it. He got in it. We didn't crash.
Well,
No.
you got a truck like that.
Yeah. Oh,
You-
I know. Yeah.
You
But it
know how to
was
drive it?
a little fun.
Well,
it was funny.
the
'cause
wheels
there
didn't stick out far enough for him to want to drive this one.
Oh,
It
yeah,
wasn't
that's true.
jacked up.
Yeah, it
you know?
wasn't jacked up
I
enough.
don't fuck with that shit anymore. No, I was going to, or I did offer, but he drove all of it.
Yeah, except the one night when you went
Yep,
to the
downtown.
Yep. But yeah, going into the parking ramps too, like it has the big yellow bar on there that says
7 feet.
6
6'8".
foot, 6 foot.
Oh,
8.
it's 6'8".
Mhm. So when you're driving in there and the antenna on the thing starts going like this,
Yep.
means you're getting really close to hitting the top.
As long as you didn't hear it scratching the roof, you're all right.
Yeah. They don't
But-
look up there anyway.
Yeah, I was making a sunroof in there apparently. But yeah, it was real close and had me very nervous. And then of course, they don't build those ramps for
No.
semis, and trying to get into a certain spot or backing in and out, it was really rough.
I have that same problem when we go on down to the Pablo
Mm.
and we park in the ramp there, and there's not a whole lot of room at all. They're for little cars down
Yeah.
there.
I think the one we went to a comedian one night, and there was at the casino parking lot. We had decided that we were gonna park in a spot where I could just pull through and drive out.
That's when you just do valet.
at $10 a pop or
Right.
whatever it was, and we might as well just be taking a cab.
And it wasn't bad. I mean, it's not like we parked, a football field away.
Right.
There was a lot of parking out there.
Yeah.
How was the trip otherwise?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I like the weather. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was.
They
it
were
was-
in coats, but
Yeah. Well, and it was, they said it was like in the upper 50s maybe or low 60s, but it felt warmer than that.
Oh,
Because when I first
absolutely.
saw that, I'm like, God, that's not really all that warm. But I would have been fine in t-shirt and
Yeah.
jeans maybe.
I think I only wore a sweatshirt one day. The rest were in t-shirts.
Well,
and
they say it's a
shorts.
dry heat, so
Yeah. So, I mean, it was.
Yeah. But it was
Maybe
dry.
it's a dry cold then.
maybe it's a
Yeah.
dry cold. I don't know.
But from the locals, I don't think I would enjoy the summers.
No.
The 90s and 100s.
Yeah,
like,
no.
consistently. Like, even when the locals are saying it's too hot,
Yeah.
I'm not into that. Like, no thanks.
You
Cheap
throw a
trip or
couple
not.
donkeys in the back of your truck to bring
Oh,
home?
I would have loved it. I wish I could bring up some of those pictures here. But that, like, it blew my mind. That
The part that, I guess, blew my mind or whatever was really neat was in the town there, their donkeys, 10 to 15 of them we found, are there on a regular basis.
What is that? What were you guys doing?
Or
What were you guys doing?
feeding donkeys.
Uh-uh.
that?
You were over a bridge.
But yeah, so the donkeys.
Right there.
Oh, fuck, that's so old.
What?
Oh, 7 years ago.
Yeah, that
That'll
was
be
up
8
at
Mother's
the-
Day.
Oh, that's
St.
oh,
Croix.
that's yep.
We
I
were
remember.
doing
Yeah,
the,
okay,
Titanic.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, You know it.
That's sick. That ship got sank.
Yeah. But they, you know, like when you, I don't know, everybody sees, you know, if somebody in the neighborhood and there's a deer or, you know, a odd-looking squirrel without a tail or something, people will have different names for it. Not here. All them donkeys, all the people up and down that town, they all had the same name for those donkeys. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, this person calls this donkey whatever, and this and they, all the different shops, they all used the same names, and they knew the one was like the alpha of the herd.
Well, this is the elder. This is the
Yeah, the
oldest one
elder,
right
yeah.
here. But yeah, no, it was a good trip all around. Some neat stuff to see, and I would say you do have to like to gamble for 4 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's places you could drive an hour each way or find, but
2 hours and 15 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. But
I heard there was other people on that flight. I don't know if you knew who they were or not. But
sure were. Knew a handful.
yeah, the Hansons.
Yep, right next to me.
Sat
Yeah.
right next to him on
yeah.
the plane.
Yep.
It sounded like they were just gonna go sightseeing, pretty much. Grand Canyon.
How'd that
and-
work out?
Not very well. They attempted to go to the Grand Canyon, and the vehicle they were in had transmission issues,
Oh,
so they didn't make it. They had
oh, that sucks.
to turn around and get picked up and brought back, so they never got to make it to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, no, we seen him at the airport before we left,
Yeah.
and then it just so happened that I sat next to him.
Oh, okay.
Who were the people that sat next to you? Did you know them?
No.
No? Okay.
Then the shit guy down here.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yep.
They were about 4 rows in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a
I go,
whole.
that's his name?
His name's Dan.
Burtness. Yeah.
Burtness.
Dan. Yep. There was a whole load of them from Sportsman.
Oh, sure.
One of them found out about the trip deal, and then it just kind of spread. And then all of a sudden, what'd she say? 19 of them,
That was a bunch, yeah.
like 17 or 19 from Sportsman's that were on
So
the
all
plane.
from like around Chippewa, Eau Claire
Hallie.
area.
Yeah, Hallie, right here in
Hallie
Sportsman's.
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I knew a few other people from like back in the day working at the auto auction.
Mm.
People that owned or still own Northtown or Northside Auto or something.
Mm.
Right before Dairy Queen and Pinehurst.
But this is this picture actually is probably a mile, 2 miles out of town.
I'd say 2
before you
miles,
even
yeah.
get to that Oatman. And they just are standing there.
Yeah, and it's a two-way road, but it wasn't like a backyard street. It was their highway.
Well, it's Route 66.
Oh, that
Oh.
part was too?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
But yeah, it was just all of a sudden they're like, oh, that's not a deer. And he's like, oh, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought 5 bags of food. Well, there, because each of the shops they have little sandwich
bags.
bags. Yep, sandwich bags with these little hay pellets,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were.
and then you just give them to them. There's the one though that was too young. It has they put these little
Do not feed.
stickers or something on their heads, and it says "Do not feed them" because up until they're, I think, 6 months old, they said
Yep.
they don't have the back molars.
Mm.
So it's bad for them if they...
Which you never really said what they eat then, did it?
Well, they can pick them up off the
Oh,
ground.
off the ground. And then
They just can't.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
otherwise you try to feed them a handful, they're going to try to take the whole thing, and then they can choke on it.
But yeah, it was literally just a sticker. They stuck right on its head.
Mm-hmm. That was really cool.
Like, so when we went to Vegas, there were tons of people on the street handing out flyers for escorts and shit. Is it like that in Laughlin? Same
No,
thing?
I didn't see
I
one.
didn't
No,
see any of
nothing
that.
like that.
Mm-mm.
And honestly, very few homeless people.
I didn't. I seen maybe the one day came up to me when I was in Starbucks,
Yeah.
and he wanted
What'd you buy them?
I don't know, some Go-Gurt thing or something, and I don't know, a bottle of water.
Yeah.
It was like $5. I'm like, sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, there was, I think, them 2 or 3 that night at the bus stop there that looked.
Yeah, they looked like they needed a place to stay.
Yeah. But otherwise than that, I thought it was really clean.
Yeah, I thought so. So an interesting thing I found out actually afterwards. So we stayed at Harrah's,
Mm-hmm.
and on April 27th, 2002, Harrah's was home to the River Run riot. It was where the Hells Angels and the Mongols bike groups got into a brawl and a shootout.
In 2002, you said?
2002.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Which was back then. You remember the range, the steakhouse and bar that was right there. We were going to try to eat there. We went inside to ask the lady about reservations.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that used to be, was it Tina's Cantina or Rose's Cantina, and in that area there, and then around the corner where the bar was, where that whole big brawl thing and shootout happened, and
Oh.
I think there was 3 people that died, or
Yeah.
perhaps more, they think, but.
Interesting.
And then that prompted was it the FBI or the ATF or some big government agency to do the Operation Black Biscuit, where they undercover infiltrated the Hells Angels, and
Interesting.
yeah,
Nice.
so there was that. Otherwise, what else you been up to?
That was it.
Okay.
That was pretty much all I did all week.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yep. You?
Did you win any money while you were out there?
Actually, after doing some numbers and stuff, I did better than I thought. So yeah, I did. I won, not as much as others, but yeah, I come home with that's gambling. I
Right.
didn't take into consideration souvenirs
no.
and
Yeah.
food and stuff like that. But gambling wise, I came home with more money than I went with.
No, that ain't bad.
Yeah, so
Nice.
I was happy.
Cool. Nothing exciting for me. Just a normal week. Kristen leaves next week for India, so her and I both took Friday off, and took the little man out of school, and just like did a family day. Went for a cruise over, like through Nelson and down through the backwaters and Wabasha, looking for eagles and stuff like that. Stopped at J&J Barbecue in Nelson and had lunch, and that was about it. That was our excitement.
Did you get any ice cream?
Kristen and Steven went to the cheese place there in Nelson and got ice cream.
Nice.
Yep.
Jason,
Yeah. Friday.
Scared him.
good morning.
It scared him.
Good morning.
Friday, on Thursday after work, I picked up my doors for my fireplace, and Friday I installed the doors for the fireplace. So I've been having a fire since Friday. I missed that fucking thing bad, so I had to make sure it was going to work, and it
Yeah.
does.
That's
Yep.
good.
Yep. Cleaned up the house a little bit, got my truck fixed. That
Oh.
was it was my starter apparently was loose or something. The spring or something in the starter was loose, so it would start fine. I didn't have no problem starting, but when I would go forward, it would slide back because that spring didn't push the clogs or whatever forward. So it was rubbing on some plate or something underneath the.
And that caused your oil pressure?
No, oil pressure was, I just changed the oil. I ran that motor
Yeah.
flush through there, put a new filter on there, changed my oil, and
Makes
I got-
sense.
I got pressure. It
Oh.
works.
Oh, I thought that was the problem. Like,
No, my other problem was my starter apparently.
ew.
So I had to get that fixed. I got that done on Friday and cleaned up the house, and we got the kids' birthday party next weekend.
Yeah, next week.
And
Did you get your table done yet?
no, I don't have room
No.
for that yet. No,
Gotcha.
2 weeks now I haven't been out there. So, but
Oh,
I had other
jeez.
shit to do, so I couldn't work on that. And today we are having barbecued ribs. So, if you guys want, I got the recipe here. I printed it off for you guys. If you want to try it, I think it.
Okay, who printed it off? for you?
Tanner
Well,
wouldn't have even been awake
Lacey
yet. I was going to
kinda
say.
did. So we're having those.
Oh, yes.
We're having
Yes.
those today, and it is fucking delicious. They're Dr. Pepper barbecued ribs. They're so fucking good. So you put a can of Dr. Pepper right in with your ribs and cook them up, and they're so tender, and oh, it's so good. So-
Bone in, right? Or bone out?
I have bone out, but you could do it either way. I've done it both ways, so. Yep. So there's that guy. I don't know if you guys have that recipe or not, but that's what we're going to have this afternoon for
Nice.
lunch.
What time?
Noon.
I mean, just curious.
noon if you want. Come on over.
You're having it at noon, and it says here to cook for 7 hours.
4 on high.
I was going to say, geez, were you up at 5 a.m. starting lunch?
I was up at 5 a.m.
Oh.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. It's really good.
Nice.
I finally found the recipe. That usually, because when I was doing them before, they would dry out so bad and they were tough and it sucked. So Lacey found this on Bookface and
Otherwise known as Facebook, for those of you.
I
she
thought
said
it was
you
on
could-
Instatalk.
Instatalk.
Well, whatever. She found it anyway on one of them
On the interwebs.
on the interwebs, and that's what it came up. So I'm like, oh shit, we'll try it, and yeah, it's good. Yep.
I like it.
Cool.
I'll
And
definitely give it a shot.
I brought back out my old beast back out because I forgot how to bowl, so I brought the old ball back out, and
And?
I did way much better with that one than I did
Oh,
with the other
fucking
one.
A.
Cool.
But how's your arm?
Fine. Yep,
Okay.
it's fine.
Well, good.
So that's about all I've done.
Nice. Nate?
Sounds like enough. Well, I was in Laughlin, Nevada. Well, one other thing that we did while we were out there, though, we went to see Nick Swardson.
Oh,
How was he?
He was funny.
Was he?
Yeah.
Definitely would say go watch.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, not to interrupt you, but I'm going to. I think and I told you this, I think he was funnier than
Fluffy.
Fluffy. In my opinion. But maybe that's because I've seen all of Fluffy's stuff, or most of his stuff already, and
Yeah.
But, yeah. Go on.
No. Well, if you
What's this guy's name?
Nick Swardson, he was in
crew.
yeah, he was in Reno 911, Bucky Larson's Born to Be a Star,
Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy.
He's been in all the Sandler
He's been
stuff.
in all the Sandler stuff.
And it sounds like, which it's not a secret because he told us, he's in the new Happy Gilmore movie, the Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh yeah.
And he said that, which I didn't understand. I forgot to ask you, Nate, what you took by it. But he has 2 more scripts for a new Grandma's Boy.
I thought it was just for new movies.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he's got a couple scripts and whatever, either for another Grandma's Boy or just like Nate said, 2 more movies. But
yeah.
definitely funny.
Yeah, he was a funny guy. Yeah, no, the donkeys I think was probably one of my highlights. Obviously, I was excited about that. We did not end up in Pahrump.
No
Sad to report.
bullshit.
Bummer.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of you getting a bunch of money put in your hand.
Yes, that was exciting. 2,650.
Shit. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, which that's all. I mean, it's great. I'm going to be totally honest. I was pretty drunk.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even really know what was going on.
That's so surprising.
Yeah. Shocker.
Doesn't seem like something you would do at all.
Well, that was the only day, because Tuesday night we got out there not late, but later. I mean, it was 9:30, 10 o'clock or so by the time we got
Checked
kind of
in
settled
and our
in.
stuff, yeah.
Tuesday we went to, or Wednesday we went to Oatman, and by the time we went there and came back and had dinner and whatever, it was kind of later at night again. Well, and I driving the rental truck, or a truck in general, or I guess just driving in general, didn't want to really be putting them back a lot.
Bullshit.
So I wasn't really drinking. And then, so Thursday was like the only day that I'm like, let's get after it. He was going to go to a movie, so I sat down in the bar.
Did you see that one then? We went yesterday.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
I did too. I thought it was...
It's weird to see him as a bad guy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was weird that, obviously, seeing the preview, but I was shocked that 90% of the show was in one spot.
Yeah.
Like, that had to be the
I
cheapest.
said the same. I thought the same thing.
Even with the
Absolutely.
title being Flight
Yeah.
Risk.
Yeah.
It's
I
weird
still
that
thought
it
it
took
was-
place in an airplane.
Yeah, but not 90% of the
thought?
movie.
I don't know. It's like God, that fucking Titanic movie. All there was on a boat.
Like snakes on a plane. I mean, what the fuck?
Unbelievable.
But it just seemed like I thought there'd be more build up to it,
Right.
or like the ending would be different. But yeah, I was like, oh, that saved them
Oh,
a fuck ton
kinda.
of money.
It was different when she shot that guy.
That was
Well,
cool.
I don't
No
have to
spoilers,
see
but thanks.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that I did that on Thursday. Yeah, that
Thursday.
was the day you were.
Yep. Yep. We
Uh,
went yesterday.
So we had, of course, when you're sitting at the slot machines, the waitress lady comes by and
Huge tits.
I don't know what the one, not the one
Huge
that not on
tits.
Thursday.
Yes.
Tits.
Got them pushed up for attention.
Sure.
I'll tell you, after a couple, she's you give them their tip or whatever, and it's she said thanks, sweetie. So from then on,
you're in.
from then on, I knew.
Mhm.
I was like,
Oh, that's why they didn't have to go to Pahrump.
hmm So that got pretty serious pretty quick.
Yeah.
Is that the same one you told about every time or something like that?
Yeah, every time she come by and she's like, "Oh, you want another one?" I'm like, "Always, always, just fucking bring them. Like, if you see me, bring me a beer." Well, she wasn't quick enough all the time. Well, I had picked up a 18 pack of beer at the convenience store across for my hotel room. So she wasn't quick enough, so every once in a while I'd have to cash out, run up to my hotel room, grab a couple cans of beer, and come back down and hope that my machine was still available. And then she'd come around, I'm sitting there with 2 cans of beer, and she'd come around and, "Oh, another one?" Oh, yeah. Like, fuck, where were you? I missed you. Like, so she'd bring me a bottle of beer. Well, then I'd have to still finish the 2 cans that I brought down from upstairs. So she's coming around again. I still have that bottle of beer, and I'm like, yep. So it got out of hand. We'll say it got out of hand that day.
What you got a hand pay?
I did get a hand pay that $26.50, and it wasn't even like a jackpot. I don't think it was just a bonus round.
Yeah, but like I was like 2 machines behind you or whatever, because it was kind of like if you have, and most, I guess all casinos are the same, like they all have little pods. There's like 4 or 5 machines, and then you'd go 2 feet and there'd be another pod. If I was like a pod or 2 behind Nate, and I heard of the machine and I turned around, and I guess I probably gamble more than Nate, but I seen the first one come up. So he had a bunch of, what was it? Were they buffaloes or were they just the elks?
The first time around was just buffaloes, but so what I was doing was, because I was down to like $30, I had earlier that day I won a minor or major jackpot of like 600 and something. So I had taken some of that cash and put it up in my room rather than having it in my wallet, because otherwise you just keep shoving it through. Well, I was getting down to like the last $30 that I hadn't put away yet, or it was maybe down to the last 80 or whatever. So I had just started doing $5 spins because I'm like, fuck it, just get this down and I'll go back up and grab some more cash. But that's where I think that obviously was a good thing that I was doing that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It wasn't, it wasn't like, oh, you hit the
Yeah, it wasn't one
major
of the features.
jackpot or you hit the whatever. It was
line pay.
Yep, it was just a bonus round or whatever, and I had however many free spins. But the very last one was the one that really was huge,
Yeah.
and that was just all elk of.
But it's
something.
because on that line pay he had elk, but in between the elks he had a 5 times, and then the next column he had a 5 times, and at the very end he had another 5 times. So the way those work is your line is times by 5, and then that total is times by the next bonus,
Yeah.
which was another 5, and then that whole game was times 5 again. So as soon as I seen the 3 times 5 come up, I mean, you could have had the worst line and you were going to have
Yeah.
probably a hand pay.
Nice.
So that was the first time I've ever had that. But so we talk about this quite a bit when people go gambling. They'll say, "Oh, I won this much money, or I hit a jackpot of this much." So I think overall gambling, I came out 1,100 ahead, which I mean is
Yeah.
Yeah.
better than the 1,100 1,400 I was going to lose.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So now I go on to the Caesars app and look for the next time they're having a flight.
And mind you, he did this while we were there.
While we were there, well, in Ivy, so they have like this AI guest services lady that sends you text messages every once in a while. Well, she was sending messages like, "Oh, if you'd like to extend your stay, just respond with this."
Yeah, what was it? Well, it was pretty cheap, too,
I
for
don't
us to
even-
stay an extra night.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was, but then we had to
Flight. Yeah.
flight and whatever. But the next time is May 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. So it's a Saturday through a Wednesday. And when we went this time, it was $265 or $260 or whatever. I can go back out the next time. I think you can too.
Yep.
For the 4 nights or whatever it is with flight and hotel for $50.
And we each could take a guest for an additional 50.
Yeah, we could bring a guest for another $50.
nice.
2 people could go for $100.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. So, and it happens to line up with that same week.
Your birthday.
Well, I was born in April, but
What is that? What night you said was
no,
April?
May.
Oh, May. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
But so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday through the 14th. Well, then on Thursday, Friday, Saturday following that, we're going to be in Green Bay for state darts, so I could just take that whole week off. Leave Saturday, go down to Laughlin, come home,
Wednesday.
land in Eau Claire on Wednesday at 2:30, 3 o'clock, get in the car and drive over to Green Bay for...
Are you hiring? Because goddamn, that's the job I need. No shit.
It's $50.
Yep.
I'm sure you can find $50. I'll pay your $50.
Plus, it won't cost you anything while you're out there.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I'm not going to get paid when I'm gone from work either.
Sure you
So
will. You got
Vacation.
PTO.
no, I don't.
Well, then
Oh, he
make
just
it up the
started.
week before and the week after. Endless overtime. Tell me you want to work the week before you want to work 15-hour days, and then the week after, you want to work 15-hour
That's
days.
what I want to do in May.
Well, the week after, you might end up having to work 20
That's
hours.
true.
It depends on how much you win or lose out there. Right?
Yeah,
You get out there, you might end up being able to retire.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Hmm.
I mean, I already have my dad said he's in, so that's 4 of us right
Uh-huh.
here. We could live from Laughlin.
Live. Getting the equipment out there might
Yeah.
be a challenge, but
Oh, fuck yeah! we each get a free check bag.
yeah, there's a lot of shit, Jen. There's a lot of
There's
equipment.
not 200 pounds worth.
Well, no.
Plus, we each get a carry-on.
Yeah.
It's set for sure. Book it.
Book it.
Hey, you guys get a free drink on the plane.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Did they give one on the way back?
They did.
Oh, I must not have been paying attention.
That was the first time through.
Oh,
Second time you had to buy.
Oh.
Unless you have a card, then you get an additional free one.
What card? Oh, the
Just a
the
Sun Country
card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did anybody have the TV on today, this morning, to watch Phil?
Oh, I saw more winter.
Yep. 6 more weeks.
Oh yeah, it's
Phil's
happy
seen his,
Groundhog Day.
and,
Today is?
Today
yep.
is.
Oh,
So I feel like we've already done this.
I will say that is the first time I guess I watched the reading, like the whole thing of it. It was pretty funny. I sent it to you guys. Did you guys see it on your talks? It was I don't know.
I didn't.
Yeah,
must
you
have
don't
missed
have
me.
TikTok. You don't have
Oh,
TikTok.
okay.
You miss a lot of shit on TikTok.
I don't think I do.
Well, I thought it was pretty funny. Or I don't know if it was funny just when he read that. Do they do that every year?
It's always like that, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was well worth it. It was funny. But yeah, so Phil seen his shadow.
What the fuck? Is that you
Where?
up there?
With the cowboy hat on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 6 more weeks of winter for Mr. Phil.
Well, it is anyway, is it not?
Well, there's not necessarily, but I
Might
mean,
only be 4 more weeks.
technically.
Was there no sound?
No, there's sound. You don't have the mic to the speaker.
Well, still we'd hear it.
4 minutes of this?
Well, no, I mean after the reading. There was sound. Let me see if I can.
And then my wife has
That one popped up.
been sick since Monday. Maybe didn't give her any.
Wow.
Did you get into any trouble last Sunday?
Oh yeah, how'd that turn
Thanks,
out?
Ben. I had to sleep on the couch.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
No, she came home and listened. She listened to it at work, and that fucking Ben. She said,
I didn't say it.
"Oh shit!" You,
I just repeated what you said.
yeah, I know you did, but you switched it around. Is what you did.
She looks rough. That is a direct quote.
She did look rough.
I got the one in the sound. It's not 4 minutes. I'll just do this. Is the live. They're not live now. They're actually doing the reading, which obviously somebody wrote. But I thought it was pretty good.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Now on this February 2nd, Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, the prognosticator of all prognosticators, was awakened from his wintry nap at dawn on Gobbler's Knob. Phil looked to the skies and then, speaking in
It's still 6
groundhogese, directed the president to the proper scroll, which reads, "What a way to start a Sunday fun day. You always said you'd make it here one day. To this place, barely big enough to contain ya. To this sweet Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. We're all here with the elements combined, where Mother Nature meets Father Time. To hear the truth, are those gray skies? Only I know you can't trust AI. It's Groundhog Day, and maybe life is on a loop. But I miss my burrow. I miss my coop. So I'm headed back down. There's a shadow up here. Get ready for 6 more weeks of winter this year.
Not a fan.
Well, we've had again probably this second easiest winter of my life.
Yeah.
Back
I'm
to
not
back.
complaining.
No?
No, last year was way much better. It was way warmer.
Yeah, I'm
I enjoy the shit out
missing
of
the
it.
snow.
Oh, you can go down to Florida. They got it down there.
Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
it is weird.
They can have it.
Yeah, sled's really wanting to.
You want to go
Run.
sledding?
Yeah.
Oh.
With snowmobile
Pump hills?
sledding.
Oh, so
right,
Pump Hills. Oh, Pump Hills. Remember when we used to do that? Go down and Pump Hills there down in
Yeah,
the
and then-
flats?
Then we'd go on the forbidden side of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the big hill that Like when you're looking up the hill,
Be on the right.
the right-hand side, you
Yeah.
go on the left-hand side.
Really?
That's
Yeah, by the
forbidden
river.
side, 'cause then
River?
you could end up in the river.
You could end up in the river down there. Yeah.
Jump the tracks, or now
We
it's
would
just
do
a
that.
trail, right?
We would do that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude, we used to do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Go down there, go to the big hill on the right there, the big one, and we'd go down, and every time you go down, you get closer and closer to the train tracks. Well, I don't know how, there's a lot of kids down there.
Yeah, there used to be.
Used to be a lot of kids. Everybody would keep going down the same path, and next thing you know, you're hitting the train track, so you just build up a little ramp, and then you'd fall in between the tracks, and then you'd build a ramp between the tracks, and then one on the other side, so then you could start at the top, go all the way down, bloop, 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 over the tracks, and then there's a hill on the other side, and then you go down that hill. Yeah.
You guys ever go to Lublin?
Uh-uh.
There's a big sledding hill in Lublin. It's over past Ladysmith, I believe.
Hmm.
Or it's like Stanley. You keep going past that direction.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lublin.
Stanley and Ladysmith.
Yeah, I know. I was off
It's
at 27.
by Whitewater.
Yeah. I got Stanley and Ladysmith mixed up. But no, keep on 27. Keep going.
Then do you go north?
I honestly
No.
don't remember. I think you take a
Wait.
left off the highway.
Oh, what's that other one with the?
Yeah,
with
we
the-
went to the. I want to say you drove.
with
I
the-
wasn't old enough to drive.
Was it
Me?
Tomahawk, not Tomahawk.
I don't know.
I could have swore it was Lublin.
It was a group of us. I wasn't
Maybe
old
I'm
enough to
wrong.
even drive.
I went there with a big group of friends. This was quite a few years ago.
Yeah, well, I went. I know it was
Probably
it used
over
to be
20 years ago.
an old ski hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with you and I'm assuming Nate.
What's the toboggan place that they used to do?
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
Lublin. Maybe I'm
No,
totally wrong.
It's,
But yeah, I went with you guys there one time. I think you had your maroon your maroon.
Malibu?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because you take 27 and go past Stanley and Boyd and all them over there.
Well, that's
Kinda
29,
go
though.
to-
or 29, sorry, yeah. Go out past that
See, you were
direction.
then you go
confusing.
north from there.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
you take a left off at 29 and
Lublin,
go.
right there.
yeah, but there's a name of like
That hill.
yeah.
But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was
Because
cruising.
they've got the inflatable tubes, and then they've got the rope that runs up the hill. So you
Yep.
grab the rope, and it
So-
pulls you back up the hill.
I
And
think it's on the left side of the hill.
yeah, my mom said that they went there when they were kids, and they took toboggans down
Yeah.
the ski hill, and she said it was so dangerous because you'd take a toboggan down, and they'd wait like 10 seconds, and the next toboggan would get sent down.
Yeah.
So when you hit the bottom, you best be piling off that fucking toboggan and running, because there's another group coming right behind you.
Dang. Yeah, because I think we tried to jump, because at the very end of it, they had it snowbanks up so you wouldn't go into the parking lot.
Oh, I did go into the
yeah,
parking lot.
and I remember people trying to, that was their
Yeah, because I set my tube down, and then I backed up like 30 yards and just
Perkinstown.
Yes.
Perkinstown,
Yep.
that's what it is.
And I just sprinted at my tube, and I jumped on it, went down the hill, and I fucking jumped the barrier at the end and hit like two cars. Fucking hit the A pillar on one car, and it shoved me and bounced me off over into the car right next to it. Yeah.
We did that when Mario, Mary, Joe were here. We went to Christie Mountain,
Oh yeah.
and when it was March. It was really warm out, so it was, I don't know, 40 or 45,
Yep.
and shit was melting. Well, it was just ice
Yep,
right down
yep.
the toboggan or the inner tube thing.
Yep.
Fuck, dude. You come down that, and at the end, there's a big bank. Well, we were going up that bank. They got a big snow fence up there, but
Yeah.
we were getting really close to
Dude,
that.
when it's icy like that, you get screamed.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we were having so much fun when they were here doing that.
But I mean, that was, we did that all the time when I was a kid, go sledding. I
Yeah.
mean, just all the time.
Yeah.
I can remember one winter, there was a family that camped by us up in Chautauqua, and they lived in Eau Claire. Scott Bloomquist was the kid's name. So I went over to his house one weekend, and we were going to go sledding, and his dad took us somewhere in Eau Claire. There was some construction site where they were building something. There's a great big hill. So there's all these kids there, and a bunch of families, and we're all sliding down the hill. And off to the side of the hill is kind of like the line of where the construction was being done. And there was a spot where like a big, earth mover had just taken a bucket worth of snow out, or dirt out of the ground, So there's this big gaping hole. But in front of that hole is a lip from where the bucket went in, And I just kept looking at it the whole time we were there. And I was like, I bet you if I came down over there, I could jump that great big hole.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking epic.
Right.
And Scott's like, I don't know if that's a very good idea. And his dad's like, yeah, Ben, you might not want to. I was like, I think I can do it. I can do it. And I was gone. So I and there's no, like, it's icy, but there's nobody sledding there, right? Because there's a hole taken out of the middle of the earth. So I go up to the top and I fucking get a run at it and I jump on my tube and I'm just sailing down and I hit the lip. And it doesn't shoot me so much forward as it does straight up into the air. And I get separated from my tube, and it's just this, and
swimming in the air.
Yeah, and I get turned upside down in the air, and I go straight into the hole. Lost a boot. So here I am upside down in the hole, and all that's sticking out are my feet, just going like this above the snow. One foot's got a boot, the other foot, no boot. So I had to sit there for about, I don't know, it felt like an eternity, but it was probably only a few minutes, and Scott and his dad come running over to dig me out because I couldn't move.
Sure. I suppose it was all powder snow.
Yeah, I was just completely stuck because I didn't actually touch the bottom. I'm just suspended,
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, Scott's dad, I think his name was Phil, maybe. I can't remember for sure. He's like, maybe we don't try that again. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I remember I took the kids over right on J, right by the colony, kitty corner of that bank. There's that little fucking pond thing right there on the corner of 312 and
Yeah,
J.
we've taken Steven sledding over there.
It's just
before.
a little hill right there. It was a Friday. The kids were off of school, and I'm like, well, should we go sledding? Yeah. And I wanted to go down into the flats, but then I knew, because they were pretty little, I'm like, they're going to fucking go down that hill, and they're going to wipe out, and it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. We weren't there. I think Tanner went down once or twice, and I told Kaylee, I'm like, well, let's try to go down here. Well, there's all those cattails and shit. Well, she fucking went into the cattails, and she had a big, one went like right underneath her eye, scratched her eye up, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, and cry, and I'm like, well, we're done now.
Yep.
We went home, and that scared the shit out of me, because she went into the rhubarb.
Yeah. Dude, the worst is we used to go to, some friends of my parents' house that they were farmers, and we'd go sledding out in some of their pastures and stuff.
Mm.
And, dude, the worst is if you don't think you're going to go far enough to hit the barbed wire fence and you do, that's never fun. Done that a few times.
Sounds like you have adventures of sledding.
Yeah, sleds are never, or like say you're sled behind a snowmobile.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
I was getting at that one.
Somebody takes you around a corner and doesn't know how to pull a sled behind a snowmobile and just rockets you directly into a fucking sequoia.
Sequoia. You got lots of them.
Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with driving the big truck and doing things like that. I'm not good at.
Yeah.
Hey, we didn't crash.
We didn't. Almost did once. I almost ran into a
that,
cab.
but he was behind you, and I think he turned when you trying to turn.
Yeah. Either way, he beeped at me.
Yeah,
so
he didn't like it.
Apparently, I was in the wrong.
Gotta get over it.
They must have. They didn't follow us.
Yeah, no.
That's all
In
that
fact, we
matters.
followed
I
them.
followed him. He's probably
him.
like, oh shit, they got California plates.
Yeah. Serious shit.
Gangsters.
Probably gangsters.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh, all the gangsters drive big Chevy Silverados.
Yeah, with stock rims and tires.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Non-tinted windows.
Keep a low profile.
Speaking of cars and stuff, though, you did get to see your, was it 65?
57 Chevy.
57 Chevy.
Ooh, that's
Beautiful.
nice.
It
We went-
was like it come off the showroom floor, I would imagine.
Nice.
We went through the...
was it original or no?
Oh, yeah.
It was all original?
Yeah, 23,000 some odd miles is all it had.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We went through, it's the Don Laughlin's Classic Car Museum.
Yep.
So they had, that's where I had that picture of the DeLorean was on there too. So
It's there, and motorcycles and old school.
it was like a fire truck of some kind.
Yeah. One of the first fire trucks, which is all it was, I'm assuming they hooked up to a horse
Right.
And it
Something.
had a big spool on the back that rolled up the hoses, and then a little bump. That was I don't even remember the year of the fire truck. I sent it to our cousin Eric, and I said, "Yep, city just budgeted you guys 2 brand new fire trucks."
You got to provide the horse.
Yeah, right. For sure.
You got some news?
Yeah, we got a couple.
Do you have this one? Oh, you won't be able to read it.
Well, go ahead. You go first.
Pickleball?
Nope. Go
You
ahead.
don't have that one? Well, apparently for the 3rd straight year, the world's most popular sport is pickleball. And the United States has over 40 million players on pickleball.
Huh.
But yeah, it's three straight years of the fastest growing sport out there. And
Have you ever played that before?
I believe I played it one time.
I've never.
Yep.
It's kind of like
Badminton.
badminton and
Tennis, right?
table tennis kind of
Yeah.
combined, maybe. It seems like it would be. I mean, I say that I could do it, but my agility isn't quite there as much
No?
as. No.
I know.
And don't they have like the world championships? Aren't they going to be like across the highway here?
At
For
the
pickleball?
new thing.
Yeah, the
at
new pickleball thing. I don't know if
behind
it's
the
Oh, at
old
Valley
Chilson.
Sports or whatever?
I think
No.
behind the new Chilsons.
Yeah, it
Or
used
the
to
old
be,
Chilsons.
used to be Gower Field.
Yep. It's a ball field. They redid it all now. And
Christ, now Claire's got the World Coop Championships.
Right.
So,
You ever play that?
yeah, I've played Coop.
That's fucking
It is
awesome.
fun.
That's a fun game.
I know like Rob and Wendy are in a league. My parents' neighbors, they are, and they're in their 70s.
Coob?
No,
Oh,
pickleball.
pickleball.
Yeah.
Rob and Wendy are in pickleball?
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I almost thought Kathy was, but I could be wrong on that.
Huh.
But cool. Yeah, that's cool. They always have that tournament down at the Allen Park.
Yeah.
The last few years they have had a tournament there.
Uh-huh.
And then
Is that during Pure Water Days?
they have that there, but they also have a separate tournament.
Hmm.
They've had the last couple of years there.
Interesting.
I do that in our backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. A lot of fun.
Well, we did that when I had the summer parties out here
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Do you have another one?
No, that was it.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
when I made everybody that drove by honk.
Yeah. He wasn't even wearing his bunny suit.
I wasn't.
All right, I got a couple news articles. First one, cops are searching for a vigilante who installed NSFW for Jason Not Safe for Work traffic signs in Colorado. So, newly installed traffic signs in Boulder, Colorado, reminding drivers to employ safe driving practices, are proving to be about as dangerous as all of the stuff they warn against. They contain harsh language, and they're actually causing many drivers to stop and take pictures of them while they're driving. So there's one that says, "Get off your damn phone." And they have pictures in here, and they look like an official, like, Chad, you can see that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it looks like a legit, it's underneath the speed limit sign. And this one says, "Don't kill any kids today." And then there's another one, too, that says, "Slow the fuck down."
And who did you say put those up?
They don't know. They're searching
Oh.
for who did it.
The vigilantes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one there.
Yep.
I love the slow the fuck down. That's awesome.
Yep.
Which, I mean, all you need is a cricket and a piece of metal. You can make street signs.
Yep.
And somebody's just going around the town putting those up.
Just putting them up, yeah.
And all you need is 2 bolts. Because most of those signs now, they have,
Yeah, the holes in it. I
Yeah,
can
they're
see it.
slotted all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one I have, surgeons remove a 2.5-inch hairball from a teen with the rare Rapunzel syndrome. I had never heard of this, but I guess the Rapunzel syndrome, let's see, I'm trying to find it here exactly. It's been a while since I looked at this one, is people eat their hair. And so she
Not into
has
that.
long hair, and she was eating it. It's something be like a hairball like a cat would have from licking themselves.
No, not
So,
him.
yeah.
Nate's got a hairball. That sounds like Donald Duck.
Familiar, apparently.
Shave it.
He's into that shit.
Probably
Shave
from
it.
Trying to lick his balls. Next one I have is a missing hiker was found alive after surviving more than 5 weeks in a remote British Columbia park. So that's pretty impressive. That's a long time to be out there.
Yeah.
It's a good vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean this is an older story from November, but even then, up that far up north, there's temps below zero.
He must have had somewhat of a survival kit with him.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Which is
so.
gotta eat.
Almost have to.
He
yeah.
was
Drink.
on a 10-day camping trip and he got
Oh,
lost, so
so
he had some gear.
Supplies.
So this is going to be off topic, but kind of can relate to that. Do you guys? I think it was last summer, down by the Dells area. Was it Devil's Head State Park? Is that down there? There's down somewhere between like the Dells and Madison, somewhere in between there. There's, I think it's Devil's Head State Park. And this kid, 14 maybe, went missing. Took the family car, went missing. They ended up finding the car parked alongside on the side county road or whatever that goes past this county park or state park. They found the car there, and then they found like evidence of him making campsites, but then has never been seen again.
Oh.
But it's like, I heard about it for like a week last summer, haven't heard anything about it ever since. I've looked, never said anything about him being found.
Well,
It's just
get a hold of your people or get a hold of them people. You know, like reach out.
Who are my people?
Well, courthouse people.
Yeah,
Reach out to the.
well, that'd be out of our jurisdiction.
Well, I'm not saying for you to do anything about it, but ask them if they ever found them.
Oh, well, I mean,
Aren't you going to a conference?
yeah,
Bring it up.
yeah.
Be like, hey, I got a question.
Hey, Nate Lytle, Chippewa County Clerk of Courts.
Yeah. I know you the other 70.
Probably heard of me. Kind of a big deal.
The other 70. How many ever are there?
72.
72 county people. Listen up.
Yeah, right here.
After a year.
It's been 1 year since the family of James Yablonsky reported the then 13-year-old missing at Devil's Lake State Park in Sauk County. His father said on June 12, 2023, James had just finished 7th grade and reportedly left their Reedsburg home in the middle of the night in the family van.
So he stole a van at 13 years old.
And he's still missing?
He's
Well,
going
And that was June, so now it's going on almost 2. I mean, it'll be a year and a half now.
Oh, yeah. March of 24. 9 months later, it said he was still missing.
Yeah, but it's just weird. I mean, you think, there's certain news stories that garner a lot of attention, a lot of media attention, and being a 13-year-old kid, you would think that would get, that
More
generally
news.
they get more coverage. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about it ever since, and it was just interesting to me.
Yeah.
But when you mentioned the missing
Yeah.
guy, it was.
And this is my last one I got. Farm worker kicked to death after trying to have sex with a cow in Brazil.
See, Chad, I told you that was dangerous.
Yeah, the 45-year-old was found unconscious on the ground, wearing a condom with the open wrapper beside him. Police in Samambaia, near the Brazilian capital Brasilia, confirmed they are investigating. Yeah, a colleague told police that they spent the previous day drinking together. Said the victim got up at 5 a.m. the day of his death to milk the cows before failing to return after taking the first lot to his boss for his morning coffee.
He was milking something.
Yeah, he said he found the man lying unconscious beside one of the cows and discovered the condom on him as he tried to move him. Why would you wear a condom?
I don't know.
I mean,
And I actually found pictures of the
Yeah,
before.
look at That's how it all starts.
that's how it starts.
That's it. Yeah, just warming it
Look
up.
at how excited he is.
Well, I had to play with the teat a little
Yeah,
bit.
you did.
You know,
You got your hand right on it.
Well, you got a foreplay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she wore lipstick too.
Oh, she was begging for it.
Oh yeah,
She
no,
was
it's-
moving
She
for
wanted
it.
it.
As soon as I walked in, she eyed me up.
Yeah, she wanted it.
Yeah. There was not too many people in that part of the casino, so it was fine.
That was a really weird casino.
It was. It was like a restaurant, and they're like, "Hey, we should throw some machines in here."
Yeah. Good breakfast.
Yeah, very good. Didn't that happen to a guy in this area, but not with a cow? Was it a cow?
Well, there was a guy somewhere in Chippewa County a few years ago, but he didn't die.
Well, no, he
But the
got
farmer caught him
fucking-
because he would always take a 5-gallon bucket in the barn with him.
Oh.
Yeah, but was it a cow?
It wasn't Jason.
It wasn't you?
No.
But I don't think it was a cow, was it?
I thought it was a cow from the story I recall.
I'll look it up, because I remember it too.
Yeah. Because the farmer got suspicious. If I recall, he was a hired hand and got maybe it was the guy who did the milk, who hauled the milk, I think.
Maybe talk about it off air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think someone has a little more details.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was in the fucking news.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a secret.
Yeah, I want to say it was like the milkman.
I'm sure he's trying to have
And
that
the farmer-
story be dead and gone.
The farmer got suspicious because he
Yeah,
was carrying
because
a 5-gallon
something
bucket
like
with
that
him.
people forget about.
Oh, well, I kind of forgot about it.
Hey, Tom, remember that time you got caught fucking cows?
I'll look it up. I remember something. They actually call it cattle fornication.
Fornication.
From cattle. But that's not it.
Is that like Californication, but different?
Yeah.
California.
This guy was apparently it's a thing.
Did I get his name right?
No.
That's his brother's name.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, you're real close when you said that. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, apparently it's a thing.
I mean, it's always a thing that's
They
Why-
caught a
okay,
guy
it's
in
called
Baldwin.
bestiality.
How could you even look at a cow and say, I want to...
I think they're just
on
looking
that.
at the hole.
I understand that, but... ugh.
Well, in 05, a guy in Neilsville got caught.
But I mean, why not pick a sheep? They're the most.
Yeah, you
from
can
what
put it
I've-
right in your rubber boots, and then they can't get out
Right.
anywhere.
Well, rubber boots and a pair of Velcro gloves, and you're good to
Right,
go.
right. Yeah.
And that their vagina, I believe, is like the closest to a human vagina. Nate, care to offer any insights on that?
I don't know.
Oh,
He's all about donkeys right now.
yeah. They're same family.
Oh, that was actually one of the highlights too of
Fucking
it.
the donkey.
No. Actually. Oh.
Yeah.
I was on the wrong one. Okay.
Iowa.
Yeah, that... Well, I don't... maybe it's not on there. That...
All right. No, I was actually out in when we were in Oatman. I actually got to hear one of the donkeys making their noise. It was funny because like live. So I don't know if I've ever heard like in person live donkey hee haw, but
I probably shouldn't tell you this, but have you seen the TikTok page of the lady who has a donkey, and he has quite the personality, and the viewers of the page, he loves the rubber chickens that
oh yeah, I've seen that. Yep, and they
And so,
sent
like,
one in. Yeah,
viewers of the TikTok channel will send her the chickens
Yep.
to give
Really?
to the donkey. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got quite the personality.
Yeah, there was. I can't remember what they had named it. Was it Hank? One of the donkeys out in Oatman. Was it Hank? Hank was one of them.
Yeah, was
And I
that
don't
the
know if that
old
was-
one, or is it the one that brought up the
That's
younger?
the one that brought up. So one of them, like he said, there was a group of 12 to 15 that herd, I guess, that are regulars or visit frequently to the town, and then stay either just on the outskirts or sometimes right in town. But there was one of them. So the elder or the alpha is like a 7-year-old donkey, and she said his name too, but I can't remember it. And then there's another one now that's 4, and he's trying to become like the
Yeah.
alpha.
Yep.
Well, he ended up so that every once in a while those two kind of
Buttheads.
yep. But the 4-year-old, I think his name was Hank, had brought in a mom and a baby from, well, they said from the wild, but I'm like, they're all wild. But brought him in from wherever he was, and now he kind of like if they are doing something he doesn't like, he'll start yelling at them.
Yeah.
Like, or whatever. It's just great, the sound.
We were, I would say, a couple 100 feet away.
Oh, yeah.
And it was loud as fuck. And
loud,
we're
yeah.
all kind of watching her, and then the lady that had the store there, she's like, she elaborated what Nate just said, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But and what did she say? Oh, they'll kick him.
They'll kick him, though.
They'll just kick him.
Because they don't like being, because he
Told.
thinks he's, in control
Yeah.
of them, and there's, no, you're not. So they'll kick back at him, or they'll
Yeah.
just kind of still do whatever,
Oh.
but he likes to sit and yell at them, but
It was funny.
yeah. So we're coming up close to our 1 year. This actually will be episode 49.
Oh.
So maybe on our 52nd episode, so in a couple weeks, we should do a giveaway. Well, I don't know what it'll be yet, but it'll be something. So we should do another contest. I guess emails.
It doesn't seem like it's been that long, has it?
No.
Not a year, no.
Not a year.
Yeah, but yeah, this will be episode 49, and but yeah, so then make sure you get in onto that, do the emails, and send us.
Yeah, I'm assuming we didn't have any today.
No emails today. No. But-
Send us an email.
Yep.
Follow us if you don't already. Comment
Right.
on the post. Share it.
Yep. Commenting and posting and sharing.
Do all the things.
Smash that like button.
Yep.
Bucking.
Give us a 5-star rating.
Yep. And share it with everybody you know, and especially the ones you don't.
Yep.
We are in yet another state,
Nevada.
stickered wise. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we did make it to Nevada.
Nice.
We're in a bathroom somewhere out there.
There's a
and we're
waitress.
also-
A waitress.
A
that got one.
waitress has one, and then also on the, I guess, walkway along the river of Colorado River,
Mhm.
on one of their billboards.
We went to eat Friday night before the comedian. We went to a place called Stockman's. So as we had prime rib, it was really really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Smoked prime rib.
Huh.
And then instead of like au jus, it was more of like a gravy. I mean, it was like an au jus gravy maybe.
Yep.
But I thought it was damn good. And when we got up to leave, then we each had our own little black things with our bills in them. So when we got up to leave, I took one of the stickers out of my pocket. I'm like, well, it's going to have my name on it. So I put it in Chad's.
You put it in mine.
Chad's
Motherfucker.
Smooth.
Which I didn't care. I put the other two stickers up already.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, "Eek, motherfucker.
So now that waitress, I don't know, maybe she listens to us. And if so,
Yeah, I'm sure that's the first thing
what was
she
her name?
did.
Tina?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Tina, I think.
It was Tina, because I made the comment about, come and eat your dinner,
Come and eat
Tina.
your dinner. So Tina, if you're listening,
I'm sure you're not.
dinner was delicious.
Yeah. And the one waitress that one night, she asked us if we were going to have dessert. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, depends what's on it. Found out she's married and she's got a kid and bullshit. So no, we didn't have dessert.
Gotcha.
Well, that one morning for breakfast, the hostess was asked, she's like, well, you guys together? No.
Yeah, not like that.
Not like that. Well, that's okay. No, I didn't mean that. It's okay if you are. But that's not what I meant.
It's only gay if we look each other in the eye, and we did not look each other in the eye.
Right. I think you have to like it, too. I don't know.
Something about socks. You got to have socks on.
Mm.
It's not gay if you keep socks on or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So keep your socks on.
All right. So
Oh, yeah.
until like I said, don't forget to get entered into that drawing, and then do all the things. So until
Send an email.
send us an email. Yeah, we haven't had
Very
much,
many,
so.
no?
All right. So until next week.
Okay.
Adios.
Have a good week. Bye.
Adios.